Reunited hearts, discovering her long-lost family. Chelsea calls her brother Hank to inform him that their family has arrived at his place. Hank quickly gets ready and wakes up his girlfriend Jessica. They both rush to Bright Boulevard to meet their family. Chelsea suggests that Jessica prepare breakfast for everyone since they don't have food at Hank's house due to the ongoing renovations. However, Hank explains that they are staying in a hotel and have no means to cook. They decide to go out for breakfast instead, with Hank promising to treat them. Meanwhile, Serenity helps Zachary pack his clothes for his upcoming business trip. She understands that Zachary is a clean freak and wants to ensure he has all his daily necessities with him. She helps him stuff his suitcase to the brim and organizes everything. While Serenity is packing, Zachary's grandmother, Grandma May, appears in his mind and playfully teases him about his smile. Zachary thanks his grandmother for sending Serenity his way and expresses his gratitude. Grandma May contemplates who she should match Callum with for marriage but realizes it might be easier to suggest he become a monk. She shares her thoughts with Zachary but acknowledges that it's unlikely he will have any suitable candidates in mind. Zachary remains silent, knowing that suggesting potential matches for Callum is a complicated task. Grandma May then tells Zachary to go inside and say a few words to Serenity before he leaves for his business trip. Zachary finds Serenity humming and helping him pack his luggage. He appreciates her assistance and realizes how considerate she is. Grandma May observes the scene and comments on Serenity's helpfulness, teasing Zachary for his initial surprise. Zachary thanks his grandmother for finding such a wonderful wife for him, and Grandma May reflects on her role in bringing serenity into Zachary's life. She notes that now that their relationship is improving, her job is almost complete, and she can move on to the next couple she plans to matchmake. After breakfast, Zachary transfers $50,000 to Serenity. Serenity notices the transaction and remarks that she doesn't need the money since they already have sufficient funds. However, Zachary explains that he will be away on his business trip for a while, and with the upcoming New Year celebrations, he wants Serenity to buy whatever she needs to ring in the new year. He also wants her to purchase gifts for their visit to his hometown and asks her to consult Grandma May for gift ideas. Zachary assures her that if $50,000 isn't enough, he will transfer more to her. Serenity accepts the money and makes a mental note to handle the preparations for the New Year's visit. She reflects on the fact that Zachary mentioned bringing her along to his hometown, which is a departure from their usual routine of meeting his family at their house. Grandma May senses the significance of this development and smiles, but she doesn't say anything. Serenity goes to the balcony to water the plants, and Grandma May takes the opportunity to ask Zachary where they will be staying during the New Year's celebrations. She wonders if they will stay at the Old York residence or choose a different location. Zachary suggests they could clean up Whitmore Mansion and stay there, recalling that it's been a while since they last visited. Grandma May approves of the idea and plans to have the mansion prepared for their stay. When Serenity returns from the balcony, Grandma May informs her of the decision to stay at Whitmore Mansion for the New Year's celebrations. Serenity agrees, not suspecting that it's a different residence than the one Zachary initially mentioned. He gets up and embraces Serenity, expressing his desire to take her on his business trip. However, Serenity insists on staying home, believing she won't be able to help him and would rather wait for his return. She promises to wear her wedding ring and send him nightly messages to keep in touch. Despite his initial disappointment, Zachary respects her decision and they part ways for the day. There is a tender and intimate moment between Zachary and Serenity as they prepare to part ways. Serenity, tilting her head in contemplation, finally wraps her arms around Zachary's neck and pulls his head down, offering him a passionate kiss. This gesture surprises and elates Zachary, as it is Serenity who initiates the kiss. Serenity taking the lead in their physical affection signifies a deepening connection and trust between the couple. It shows that Serenity is not only comfortable with expressing her desire for Zachary but also acknowledges her own agency in their relationship. By initiating the kiss, she is actively demonstrating her love and desire for him. Zachary, undoubtedly thrilled by this unexpected display of affection, reciprocates by pulling the suitcase with one hand and intertwining his fingers with Serenity's in the other. Their physical contact signifies their bond and the unity they share as a couple. This moment of intimacy showcases the growing love and affection between Zachary and Serenity. It highlights their deep emotional connection and suggests a heightened level of comfort and trust in their relationship. They meet Grandma May downstairs, where Jim, the man Serenity recognized from the day Liberty moved out, is chatting with her. Jim greets Zachary and Serenity, and Serenity asks for his name and contact information since he mentioned being able to do any job. Zachary confirms Jim's reliability and suggests that Serenity can ask him for help with any heavy labor she may need in the future. Jim nervously gives Serenity his phone number and explains that he didn't have name cards to hand out. Zachary affirms Jim's capabilities and mentions that he will be going on a business trip, signaling that Jim will be staying behind to protect Serenity. Jim bids them farewell and walks away. Zachary's security detail, including Jim, approaches in their cars as Serenity drives away with Grandma May. Once Serenity's car is out of sight, Zachary's driver and bodyguard entourage join him. Zachary instructs Sam, the butler at Wildridge Manor, to send cleaners to Whitmore Mansion and arrange for a few people to stay there to liven up the place. During the call, Zachary also informs Sam that Jim's bonus will be doubled in the future. Jim, sitting in the passenger seat, expresses his gratitude, while the driver looks on enviously. The bodyguards around Zachary already receive high bonuses, so doubling Jim's bonus generates jealousy among the others. Sam confirms the instructions and acknowledges that the increased bonus for Jim will begin from that month. Zachary instructs Jim to protect Serenity in his absence while he goes on his business trip. He emphasizes the importance of ensuring Serenity's safety and well-being, assuring Jim that if she needs help or encounters any difficulties, Grandma May or Callum can be contacted for assistance. Jim is delighted by the prospect of double the bonus and understands the significance of building connections with Serenity and the York family. As Zachary arrives at the company, he notices Elisa, leaning against her car, watching his team approach. Surprised by her presence, Zachary instructs his driver to stop the car in front of her. Elisa, aware of the boundaries, assures Zachary that she is not there to pester him but admits to her curiosity about his wife's, Serenity, background and which family she belongs to. Zachary respectfully declines to reveal Serenity's identity, stating that his wife values a quiet and uneventful life, and he wishes to protect her from any disturbance. Elisa acknowledges the media frenzy surrounding Zachary and understands the need for privacy. She expresses her admiration for Serenity, believing that she must be a remarkable woman to be so cherished and protected by Zachary. Elisa envies Serenity's ability to lead a peaceful and content life, shielded from the chaos of the world. In a bittersweet moment, Elisa asks Zachary if his wife is better than her. Zachary, without hesitation, affirms that in his eyes, his wife is indeed superior. Elisa, although feeling bitter, accepts his response and acknowledges that Zachary's wife must be more suitable for him and deserving of his love. She compliments her as a fortunate and enviable woman. Zachary, in a gentle manner, assures Elisa that she is not lacking, but simply not his type. He encourages her to find a man who is better suited to her in the future. This exchange highlights Zachary's unwavering commitment to Serenity and his recognition of their compatibility. It also demonstrates Elisa's acceptance of the situation and her willingness to move on, understanding that her path lies elsewhere. Elisa and Zachary have a heartfelt conversation as they part ways. Elisa wipes away her tears and expresses that her infatuation with Zachary over the years was not in vain after hearing his words. They shake hands and Elisa wishes Zachary and his wife a long and happy life together. Zachary reciprocates the well wishes and promises to send an invitation to Elisa when they choose a date for their wedding. As Elisa drives away, she reflects on her love for Zachary and acknowledges that it is time for her to heal and start anew. Meanwhile, Zachary returns to the car, surprising the driver with the peaceful exchange that took place. The driver realizes that Elisa can be both loving and hateful but is also capable of moving on. Elisa initially planned to find Serenity but changes her mind and decides to accompany her mother, Audrey, to get the DNA test results. Elisa drives home after her encounter with Zachary at York Corporation. Her mother, Audrey, is eager to get the DNA test results and expresses her desire to leave early. However, her husband, Daryl, advises her to be patient, reminding her that the results will be released regardless of when they arrive and that no one will take the report away. Audrey, feeling restless, is held down on the sofa by her husband as she struggles to sit still. Alice mentions that Elisa will also accompany them to get the results but has not returned home yet. Audrey realizes that she hasn't seen Elisa since she woke up and asks Alice about her whereabouts. Alice informs Audrey that Elisa went to York Corporation to find Mr. York, referring to Zachary. Audrey sighs, wondering if Elisa has not given up on her feelings for him. Alice reassures her mother-in-law, stating that Elisa has indeed given up on Zachary. She explains that Elisa went to bid farewell to him after he publicly announced his marriage. Alice expresses her belief that Elisa will let go of her feelings for Zachary now that he is married. Elisa arrives home. Alice, her sister-in-law, notices Elisa's radiant smile and feels a pang of sadness, knowing that behind the smile lies the pain of unrequited love. Alice asks if Elisa is okay, and Elisa assures her that she is doing great and has let go of the past. Back at Serenity's store, Serenity sits calmly at the cashier's desk, weaving crafts while observing Grandma May and Mrs. Lane playing with Sunny. She asked Jasmine, her best friend, if there are any upcoming events she can attend in the next few days. Serenity feels the need to go out and have some fun to relieve the recent distress in her life. Jasmine suggests accompanying Elisa for a drink, but Serenity declines, mentioning that her alcohol tolerance is low and that her sister, Audrey, won't allow her to drink anymore. Serenity proposes going to watch a movie instead. She suggests taking advantage of the upcoming holidays, as the store will be closed for the new year, and they can relax and unwind. Jasmine questions if Zachary takes Serenity out for movies, to which Serenity responds that he is always busy, and they both have had little time for each other recently. They have lacked communication and intimacy in their relationship, never even holding hands while walking together. Serenity mentions that Mr. Buchan, presumably a mutual acquaintance, has invited Jasmine to the movies, but she declined, surprising Serenity. Jasmine remains speechless in response. Serenity and Jasmine discuss various topics while in Serenity's store. They talk about Mr. Buchan, who comes from a family involved in intelligence work. Serenity suggests that he and Jasmine would be a good match due to the potential for drama in their relationship. They then talk about the recent troubles caused by Olivia, the ex-mother-in-law of Serenity's sister. Serenity reveals that Olivia and her family have been staying in the city since Serenity's sister divorced their son, Hank. However, due to the damage caused during the house renovation, they cannot live in the renovated house. Serenity finds the situation amusing and expresses her desire to witness the drama unfold. She mentions that the Brown family must have spread the word in their hometown that they would be spending the New Year's in the city, leading to their decision to rent a place to stay. Meanwhile, at Wilkesboon Hospital, Olivia storms into old Mr. Hunt's ward accompanied by her daughter, Chelsea, and son-in-law. She accuses old Mr. Hunt of not returning the money she gave him, amounting to $60,000, to persuade her daughter, Liberty, not to divorce Hank. Old Mr. Hunt denies receiving any money and defends himself by stating that he did his best to prevent the divorce, but Liberty and Serenity did not listen to him. He criticizes Olivia's lack of manners, refusing to take responsibility for the failed reconciliation. The confrontation between Olivia, Chelsea, and old Mr. Hunt continues at the hospital. Olivia accuses old Mr. Hunt of taking $60,000 from her, claiming it was a private fund she saved for a long time. She insists that he return the money, but he denies ever receiving it and dismisses the accusation. The confrontation escalates as Olivia becomes increasingly angry and frustrated. Old Mr. Hunt responds with a cold demeanor, questioning why Olivia is demanding a betrothal gift when her family failed to give one during Hank and Liberty's marriage. He argues that it is only fair to receive compensation for the lack of a betrothal gift. Despite Olivia's persistent demands, he refuses to return the money, asserting that he has nothing to fear and threatening to hold Olivia responsible for any medical expenses if harm befalls his wife. The situation becomes tense as old Mrs. Hunt suddenly experiences discomfort and difficulty breathing. Old Mr. Hunt calls for medical assistance, using the opportunity to shift the blame onto Olivia and her family for causing distress to his wife. Fearing the potential consequences, Olivia and her family reluctantly leave the hospital, vowing to return if the money is not repaid. Olivia vents her frustration, cursing old Mr. Hunt and expressing regret over giving him the money. George, Olivia's son-in-law, tries to console her and points out the difficult position they are in due to Liberty's actions during the divorce. However, Olivia remains determined to confront Liberty and recover their losses. Chelsea suggests waiting for Liberty outside her workplace, Lewis & Co., and Olivia agrees to the plan. They drive to the office building, where Chelsea takes up position at the entrance to confront Liberty when she arrives. Several luxury cars arrive at Serenity's bookstore. Grandma May, who's chatting with Mr. Charles from the neighboring store, turns away to avoid being seen by the people getting out of the cars. Elisa, followed by her parents Audrey and Daryl, enter the store while Alice instructs the bodyguards to guard the entrance. Serenity, who is working on a craft, hears Elisa's cry and looks up to see her friend entering the store. Concerned, Serenity asks if Elisa has eaten, but her attention quickly shifts to Audrey, who is in tears. Serenity realizes that Audrey has received the DNA test results and the truth about their blood relation. Overwhelmed with emotion, Audrey rushes towards Serenity and embraces her tightly, expressing her sorrow for not finding her niece earlier. Serenity is at a loss for words but wants to comfort her newly found aunt. Jasmine and Mrs. Lane, along with Sunny, watch the scene unfold from a distance, while Elisa and Alice are also visibly emotional. Daryl steps forward to console Audrey, reminding her that they should be happy to have found their niece and to stop crying. Audrey takes a seat, and Serenity holds her hand, offering support and assurance. Serenity then asks about the DNA test results, and Alice retrieves them from her bag. The results confirm their blood relation, causing Audrey to recall the pain of losing her sister. The overwhelming realization causes her to faint momentarily. The chapter portrays the intense emotions experienced by Audrey, Serenity, and the entire family upon finally finding each other. Audrey's overwhelming joy and regret for not finding Serenity earlier are mixed with sadness over the loss of her sister and other nieces. Serenity and the rest of the family provide comfort and support, assuring Audrey that they have come together now, and that is what matters. The reunion represents a significant milestone in Serenity's life as she discovers her long-lost family and establishes a deep connection with them. It marks a turning point in their collective journey, bringing closure to the search and offering hope for a brighter future together. The chapter highlights the power of family bonds and the healing that can come from finding one's roots. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Voice Novel, and follow Voice Novel on Facebook, so you will get notified whenever a new video is uploaded. Thank you.